Good morning. How are you all doing? How are you doing, Bandit? Welcome on in today. So today, what we're going to look at, we're going to be looking at StreamElements today and how to incorporate that into your OBS for your live streams. So let's just quickly go over what we did last week. So 1 second. We will just go over what we did last week. So last week, let me just bring the right screen up. Hang on. My screens have actually decided to change positions. 1 second. So last week, what we did, we had a look at setting up OBS, putting stingers in there for your transitions, and why we build our OBS up using nested scenes. So nested scenes, what I mean by that is we don't just go to our starting screen and start dumping everything in there that we want on our starting screen and our gaming screen. For instance, we want to input our webcam, we want to input our game, we want to put our mic in there as well. But we also want them on our chatting screen, and we may want some of them on our BRB ending and starting screen as well, so that we're not putting it in multiple times. What we do is we build them up individually, build them up on their own. So a webcam, a mic, even down to the overlays, we build them in individually and we bring them in one by one. So this overlay starting, which was set up here, all we'd do is we'd go add scene, would find the one for the overlay starting down to the naming convention that I did. Now, if there's any issue with this, we don't fix it here. We can actually fix it on the fly here by utilizing studio mode. We're going to carry on that convention today, but we're going to be doing this with StreamElements instead. So let me just clear that off. So StreamElements, what is StreamElements? So StreamElements is a number of things. StreamElements is a moderator for your chat. When you first start streaming, let me just minimize that. When you first start streaming, you will not have any moderators in your chat. So StreamElements is a good one to start with. It moderates your chat. It looks for people posting links, capitalization, words that you don't want used in your chat. And it will automatically moderate your chat for these words by taking them out. It can automatically time out a user. It can automatically ban, kick users. StreamElements as well can also be used on multiple channels where you stream. If you stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo, it will moderate on them channels as well. It doesn't yet do kick. But it has different interactions with each channel, as you see as we go through the list that we're doing today. So what we got to start with. So StreamElements, we have got the data and report. So you've got your dashboard. You'd have something similar on Twitch. This will tell you what tips you've got, which follows, subscriptions, bits, host raids. I don't know why it still has hosts. We don't have them on Twitch. You do on YouTube, but not on Twitch. So it'll show you what they are on a day-to-day basis, or a week-to-week, or a month-to-month. We're going to go through each one of these. We're not going to go in depth into each one of these because some of them you do not use straight away. We're going to go into what you need as a streamer on the get-go. We're going to go through the elements, overlays, bringing overlays in, sponsorships, StreamElements sponsorships. Let me just show you what's in StreamElements sponsorships. So Ant Legion for Swarm. Do these targets earn this money? Believe me, I've been streaming for 3 years plus. I have never, ever done one of these sponsors. I don't want to say anything bad about StreamElements, but don't do these sponsors. There's plenty of sponsorships out there. Don't look at that and think, oh, $2,300. I can get that easy. The games you wouldn't normally play. If it's the game that you play, then by all means do it. But if you don't, just ignore them. I always ignore them. I've never gone into doing any of these. Yeah, the money looks good, but no, just avoid them. There's plenty of sponsorships you can do out there. Revenue we're going to look at as well, just in case you want your own merch. You've got to set up a pay. Your tipping system we'll go into as well, because this is the way for you to accept tips from your viewers once you become affiliated. Chatbot, we're going to have a look at the different sections of the chatbot, and we're going to have a look at loyalty. We're going to have a look at all these, and then we're going to come back to overlays, because overlays is an area on its own, which is the biggest part of what we're going to be doing today. So we're just going to skim over everything else, just show you what is possible with StreamElements. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. That's what I'm here for, to answer any of your questions. So quickly skimming through, we've got your dashboard. So this just breaks everything down, tells you what everything is. The first thing that you need to do when you get StreamElements is to join it to your channel. So you have to click join. Then follow the instructions that come on the screen here. So in order for to function properly, our bot needs moderator rights. To mod, type mod StreamElements in your Twitch chat. You can simply copy and paste, and you have to do everything, including the / everything that's red. Just copy that, paste it into your chat from Twitch, and then StreamElements will mod in your chat. Click on mod the bot, and you'll get the authorization screen coming up. Make sure it's your channel, and then authorize. We are now connected to the Twitch channel. This here is where you can put your title and your stream category, but you're better off doing that over on Twitch, then you know it's done, rather than sending information. For some reason, StreamElements could go down and it not transmit that the settings. Make sure you do that over on Twitch. You have your feed here. So this is all your follows, your tips, your subs, everything will come up on your feed here. Again, you'll be looking at that through your Twitch. A lot of this is just duplicated. So again, this is just your activity feed broken down again. Revenue history, so this is how much money you've had coming in. I'm going to skip over that. We're going to move on to revenue. So merch. You might want to set up your own merch. Now you can set up, I've done one here. I'm going to do this one again so that we can show again. So say for instance, I wanted to sell a baseball cap. It loads up. Keep it bold and simple. You get all your choices. I've read it all. Let's go. So this is where your logo is going to go. You can have this as your logo. You just bring it in. So you click on it, you add new, your uploads, upload new. I'm just going to bring this in, just going to bring the thumbnail in from the stream. The thumbnail's there. You can preview what it looks like. You take a lot more time in sorting these out and making sure they're the right quality for you. You want to use a high quality image when you're doing this as well. See, this has come out pretty poor because it was all grey on that. So I'm just going to save it, give it an item name, give it a create a note, and give it a price. Now here, it'll tell you how much profit you're making. This is to you. So you can actually bring this. So this is price minimum, $17 is the minimum price. So you can do this at cost and make no money. Or you can put it at whatever price you want and make a profit. And all you do then, save and publish. And you've got yourself an item in your merch store when it actually loads in. So that's your merch store anyway. But before you can start accepting money, you need to set up StreamElements. So what you want to do here, you cannot do anything with setting up StreamElement Pay until you have actually received some money. You have to receive money to set up the transaction. Weird way you're doing it. You've got your FAQs there. You can go through that. And you just connect it up. So your balance, payout minimum $5. So it is really, really good for paying out. But you have to have money in to actually do it. And I have got one transaction in there. I don't use this anymore, StreamElements anymore. That is why this is there from a while ago. Right, tipping settings. Tipping settings is another area you got to set up for receiving tips. So you can set this up with your PayPal and you set it up with SE Pay as well. Again, you've got to receive money before you can set up SE Pay. So all they can do initially is pay by PayPal. And then you can connect your SE Pay once you've received money as a donation. Page settings. So this is just your currency, minimum, maximum, suggested amounts, maximum message length. That's so they can send a message. Tipping presets. So you save these presets. So I've saved them at 5, 10, 20, 40, 80. It doesn't matter what you set these presets at. These are just quick link buttons. They can pay whatever they want. They can pay 7, 11, 15. These are just there as quick link buttons. And I'll show you what it looks like in a second. So you tip in page title. You give it a page title, a message for the user after they tipped. You can change the images. You can replace the images. So recommended 1920 1080, recommended 640 by 200. So this is for mobile and general PC use. Show the leaderboard, show total amount on leaderboard. I'll show you my tipping page in a second. So the tipping page link, that is the link that you would post in your chat when you are streaming, or you'd have it as an automatic message that comes out. This is where they're going to tip, and it's going to pay direct to you. And then tip moderation. Replace bad words with happy words. I like doing this, replacing bad words. If someone wants to use an offensive word and they want to get your backup by using that offensive word, get their backup back by changing it to a good word. But the offensive words are what you list. When we get to it in a second in the chat bar. Enable TTS anti-spam. I've turned all of these off. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to grab this link. So I'll just copy that and I'll show you what this tipping page looks like. So paste and go. The tipping page, when a viewer goes to it, will look like this. So these are your quick link buttons, but they can still click other and pay anything they want. You can, that's where they type a message. These are all the backgrounds that you set up. There's the message, release me, thanks for releasing me. No, make sure when you do refunds, do type this. No refunds once I have run off. Basically, you've got to put a message there, no refunds once it has been accepted through. This is, it's not there by default, and it should be. What happens is some people out there will tip you, and then they'll get on to whoever to ask for their money back. If you put that there, then they can't get the money back because they've been pre-warned. And again, you've got the links here. You've got your PayPal, you've got Visa, you've got PaySafe. And then this is where the leaderboard would be. So that's what the tipping page would look like to your viewers. So moving from tipping, we'll go over the chatbot. So we're going to look at these in reverse order. Easiest to look at these in reverse order. So settings, we need to connect it again. Customize StreamElements bot. If you want to set StreamElements up with an alternative name rather than being StreamElements, you can set up a second Twitch account with the name that you want for this bot and then connect to that account And then instead of it coming in your chat saying StreamElements, it will come up with that bot name. It doesn't cost you anything to have a second account, and most people do it anyway. So you can set yourself up a second free Twitch account. Just don't connect it to any banking or anything. Just create the account as if you are a viewer and then connect StreamElements to it, and it will use that channel's name. Banned words. This is where you would put all the words you don't want in your chat. And I would list offensive words. Physically type them in. You might not like the words, you don't like using the words, but you have to type them in. Type them down as if they are misspelled as well. People do like to spell words that are offensive and do a misspell alternative. You need to put them in here. The only one that I had on here was by followers. So if I turned that on, by followers, as soon as a message came into my chat, and you will get this, and you'll probably get it on your first day live. I got one yesterday. I'd only been live like 10 seconds, and I had one yesterday. So if this is turned on, we've got a toggle switch to turn it on. Now, as soon as the words by followers appears in any chat message, this will time them out. So you can time them out, you can just delete, or you can ban that user. Make sure that this is on for everybody. So regulars for everybody. You don't want this on for, VIPs, regulars, subscribers. They're not going to do this anyway. Just make sure it's on for your regular. In fact, it should be regular. So that's everybody. Duration, 1 second. Ban reason. You don't need to put a reason for that. They know what they're doing. People that are telling you to buy followers know what they're doing, but you put a reason. Using an offensive word. So we'll turn that off. So you'd physically list these. So the way you put them in, you can test filters, create groups. Let me just come back here. And you just want to add new words. Spam filters. So spam filters, it'll look for capital letters. So remove messages containing excessive amounts of capital letters. Some people like using capital letters. You can limit this as well. So if I turn this on now, you can limit it. Timeout duration, 300 seconds. That's 5 minutes. Regulars is anybody. We don't have to put a message in. But filter settings, maximum amount, 50. So they can have 50 capital letters before this even kicks in. Minimum characters. So there has to be 8 minimum characters as well. Maximum percent. So anything over 60% of the content of their message will get flagged. If it's less than 60%, then it's not going to flag this up. Timeout, we can add a multiplier so they can get timed out for 300 seconds. If they do it again, it's multiplied by 1.5 times. You can actually choose anything of your choosing, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. Probation, so they're on probation for 5 minutes. After that initial 5 minutes, they're on probation. If they do it in that 5 minutes, they just get timed out again. So that's capped protection. You've got link protection. I personally would have this on all the time. And this one, basically, it's 300 seconds, regulars, multiple uses. It just takes out any links that people post in your chat so that no links can come in. Emote protection removes containing excessive amount of emotes. People love playing emotes. I have viewers that love playing emotes. I would never, ever stop anybody playing emotes. People do emote pyramids. You might not like them. You might think they're a bit spammy. Then you would turn it on. But personally, people love to spam other people's emotes, and I think it's good. Paragraph protection. Remove lengthy paragraphs. We all know what a lot of these are now. Symbol protection. A lot of these you're going to have on Twitch as well. So if you have some of these spam filters turned on in Twitch, which we will be going through Twitch settings in a later video, if you have some of these turned on in Twitch, don't turn them on here as well. You don't need to double protect. Once is enough. It will pass through Twitch's filters on a Twitch channel before it gets to StreamElements. You don't need to double dip on these. Repetition protection removes message containing specific repeated text. Zalgo protection. I wouldn't turn this on. And if you're asking what Zalgo protection is, it says it removes messages containing Zalgo text. That's text containing special characters above or below letters. Sometimes you will get people that speak foreign languages that come into your chat, and they're not coming in to offend or anything if they're speaking in their own language. Sometimes they may not understand your native language, and they type in their text, which is hyphenated. French is a good example of it. It uses hyphenated text. So I wouldn't turn that on either. And one man spam, that's a tongue twister. One man spam protection removes messages from a specific spamming user. So you can actually remove messages from a particular user as well. Counters are counters. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's just for counting in your chat. Now, counting in your chat on Twitch is a good thing. You might see it as being spammy, someone just putting numbers in, but your Twitch chat matters. Each comment is actually counted by Twitch, and it goes into your comment count. When you are building up to affiliate, and you've got to get them 50 followers, and you've got to do everything. You've got to do all the targets you've got to get to affiliate. Stream for X amount of days. Stream for X amount of hours. Have 50 followers in your chat. This just makes sure that your people are active. Even if they're spamming numbers, they are active. Timers we'll come back to in a second, because timers are the same as chat commands. They just work slightly different. Modules in StreamElements. Now, modules in StreamElements, dependent on what platform you set StreamElements up for, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, or anything else that StreamElements covers at any point in the future, these will be different. These are up to you what you turn on and what you don't turn on. So just going over a few, we've got chat alerts, we've got roulette, we've got bingo, raffle, emote pyramids, duel, emote combos, slot machine, 8-ball, live announcements, and viewer queue. Some of these are good early on to encourage chat within your channel. Roulette is a good one for gambling. It's not gambling because it works off with StreamElements. It gets its own channel point system. So Twitch has one channel point system, and StreamElements has a separate channel point system. So they can use their StreamElement channel points to gamble for this roulette. And they can gamble all, gamble a portion, gamble a percentage, gamble a fixed amount. And it works everything out for them for their winnings. And it's all just to do with channel points. And it helps people climb the leaderboard within StreamElements. And we're going to go over channel points shortly and why they're useful for streamers and the viewers. User management, again, this is just for where you put your moderators. So I add a lot of moderators when I start streaming. Say I've not used StreamElements for a few years now. You set up your VIPs, your regulars, your moderators. It's so that they have a different rate at which they earn points. Okay, so let's get into timers. Timers are exactly what it says. So we can say, like, on this particular timer here, Prime sub. So why not give me a free sub, connect your Twitch and Amazon accounts, for one free subscription every month. Learn more here. Tibby! How are you doing, Tibbs? And then this, I've just used the tiny URL link. And you can use them. You just got a tiny URL, put the link in that you want. It may be long. This is just a URL shortener. And this is the page what shows you how to connect your Twitch to Amazon so that you get one free sub every month. Now, if I turn this on, we have a look at all the timings here. So as it's set at the minute, this is set to go off every 25 minutes, interval offline. So this will go off offline as well, which I don't particularly want it to, but online interval. It's 25 minutes. So every 25 minutes from the moment I go live, this will come up in chat to remind people that they can give you a free sub. You can only do this again once you are affiliate. You can set it up for offline as well. People can sub to you while you are offline. How you doing, Tibby? How you feeling today? Getting prepped up for later on? People can still sub to you while you are offline. There's nothing wrong with that. And then chat lines. So chat lines, I'd set that at 2 there, but you can set this to any number. Now, what happens when you've got chat lines on? It's 25 minutes of being online. This will send out this message. But if I have this set to, say, 32, it also has to have met with 32 different chat messages within the chat in that 25-minute period. So it checks for the 25 minutes, and then it'll check that there's been, in this case, 32 lines of chat. If there hasn't been 32 lines of chat, this will not go off. The reason why it has this, if we had this set to low, you are new to streaming. You are new to streaming. I'm just trying to get this at a lowish number. If I set that to 5, you can type it in as well. Every 25 minutes, this is going to look and make sure there's 5 lines of text. I'm okay, just chilling. Nice. Nice. This is going to make sure there's 5 lines of chat as well before it posts it. The reason it does that is you don't want this coming up every 25 minutes and putting this message in chat when you've got nobody in your chat, or you have got 1, 2, 3 people in your chat and they're not chatting very much. This message will become very spammy and it will just literally fill your chat space, and you don't want that. That's why I suggest you have this. You can have your time low, so you don't have to have that. You can have your time at, say, 15 minutes. Take your time to 15 minutes and have your chat level high-ish. Have this at 25. So every 15 minutes, it'll check if there's 25. If there isn't, it will wait another 15 minutes and then check again. And this doesn't check that it's had 25 lines of text from the current 15 minutes. Because it didn't go off in the last 15 minutes, it will check for the last 30. It checks from the last time it activated. So that's how timers work. So just a few examples of what you can have on here. On timers, you can throw in your links, first 100 days on Warframe account. You just throw it lurk. If you're lurking, use lurk. When you return, unlurk. That's if you've got them commands set up. Make sure to follow if you're enjoying the stream. This will go off every 5 minutes, as long as there's 5 lines of text. So that's how timers work. These force these to come out at a set amount of time if there's been a set amount of chat lines within your chat. Just turn them off. And we'll go over to the chat commands. So we've got default chat commands. These are personal choice, whether you turn them on or you have them turned off. So if you just go through all these one by one, accept a dual, boom, to Capagen explosion. We've got chat starts. We've got deny a dual response. buy a ticket for a giveaway. We're going to go through giveaways in a little bit as well. Give points. So you don't have to gamble your points. You can actually give points to another viewer. If you've got a lot of points, you can give them away, and this allows you to do that. If you turned that off, then nobody is allowed to give anybody any points. They have to earn them. That allows them to give them, and let them give them. It's their points. Let them do what they need to do. That so they can check out the leaderboard. These commands are already in there. We don't have to do anything. There's nothing in there for us to change to do with that leaderboard. The command is already there. These are just the default ones. Go through these. These ones are for everybody. Then you've got your moderator commands. You have your super moderator. You can choose what you want to activate or deactivate. Now, we have custom commands. Custom commands, you have to know how to write using variables. So if we go there, we've got a list of the variables. Let's go in and have a look. There are a stack of variables that you can use for any given situation. I'm going to give you a few that you could potentially use. So socials, exclamation socials. If we go in there, I don't need to turn it on. But again, you just flip a switch, exclamation socials. All you're doing here is respond. So socials, everyone can do this. YouTube, your link to your YouTube channel. Discord, your link to your Discord channel. And you can put them all in there. So you've got bye, so you can type in the word exclamation bye when you're finishing your stream. Hope to see you on your next stream. I stream whenever you stream. Why not follow and get an alert when I go live? How to add a new one? Just add a new command. New command. You can use a template as well. There are templated commands as well that you can use. These are all pre-designed as well. Just like it was with the timers. These are all pre-designed ones, but you can do your own here. You don't need to put the exclamation in again. So dad joke, we're just doing an exclamation. So you just put the word dad joke in there. Say, reply, whisper, mention. We're just going to leave this as say. Everyone can do it. Now, if you do want to use this dad joke one, I'm just going to copy and paste the link, what you need to do. So you can grab this off the screen. For dad joke, just pause the video and just write this out. So it's # curly bracket custom API dot https :// dot scorpstuff.com /dadjokes.php curly bracket close curly bracket. We'll just leave that up there for a second, and that will get you dad jokes on your channel. You can activate it. Just click on activate command. Once you've activated the command, find it again, and you can go in advanced settings. So you can have this so that it's online, offline, or both. Personally, I'd leave it online. And then it's a say command, command cost. We'll leave this cost at 0. We don't want to charge channel points for a viewer for just doing a dad joke, because it's chat interaction. And that's what this is all about. User cooldown, we keep that at 15 seconds so that it doesn't get too spammy. Global cooldown, 5 seconds. Custom aliases, you could put any custom aliases in you want. So make sure that when you do these, you do put the exclamation in. So you could do an joke, exclamation joke. Exclamation dad. So people put these in, and it works just the same as if they put exclamation dad joke. Command keywords, we don't need any of them. Stream title keywords. Now this is a good one to have as well. say you want to build a command, not necessarily like this dad joke one, but say you had something coming up on here, you had a death. In fact, I've got it on. Let me just go over to it. I've got a death counter on here. So a death counter, if you want to do a death counter, these are the commands that you need to use. So I'll leave these on the screen. Obviously, you'd put your name there. Has died, pound, get count, death times, he is now extinct. You use your username there. So that's the dead. So that shows you how many times you have died. Then you've got a death add. You'd use your username, has died, count death times. And then you have to have a reset as well. So you reset it to 0. So we have got a reset here. This is your username. He's resetting his death count, trying to hide their everlasting shame. He has now died, count death, 0, close curly brackets times. And that will reset that death counter. So what you can do with these is, if you are playing say you're playing, I don't know, let's pick a game. Call of Duty. You're playing Call of Duty and you only want this death counter to work during Call of Duty, death add, because that's the one that adds it. You go into advanced settings and you have to make sure this is in your title when you're doing it. So, COD, Call of Duty, as long as that word is in your title, this will work. If you're playing a different game, don't use that word in your title, and this will be deactivated, and nobody will be able to do the death counter in any other game that you play. And you just list the games that you are going to play and need your death counter in. And it will only work on them games, so you don't have to constantly come in here and switch it on for one game. When you're playing one game, switch it off for another. So you've got death counters, there's a lot of stuff that you can use this for. I've got a few here. Like I said, bye, taking a break, listen to the music while I return. In the meantime, why not run the exclamation commands in chat to see what I've added? You've got uptime, song, if you want to do song requests, that's built in here as well. You've got your lurk, your unlurk, hydrate, and a lot of these are built into Twitch. Well, that is the commands. And again, there are an abundance of commands that you can put in here. Just search in Google, a load of streamers out there, you can get access to what they have in their commands, and you can just copy and paste them over. So that is chatbot. Loyalty. We're going to come back to giveaway. Viewer queue is just a queue of viewers that want to say join you. If you're playing a game and you get a lot of people that want to join you in the game, they can join a queue so that you can take them out of the queue and get them in your squad and play with them live on stream. It just keeps an order to it. You've got contests, leaderboards. These are where your channel points come in, where they earn channel points. Loyalty settings. With Twitch, they are set by Twitch. With StreamElements, they are set by you. You dictate what a viewer earns. So you give your currency a name, the amount. So this here, a name for every currency, and how many points should the viewer get for watching. So this is, I've set this at, let me turn it on so I can edit it. Set this at 10. And you can see all the totals coming up here. Viewers receive 10 points. So let's just change that to the word point so we can see what we're dealing with. Viewers receive 10 points every 10 minutes. You can put whatever you want there. Now viewers receive 100 points every 10 minutes. Subscribers. Subscribers will receive 300 points every 10 minutes. So because that's on a multiplier, that's on a 3 times multiplier. So that's automatically done. If I reduce that to 10, that's put back to 30. That's on a 3 times multiplier, and that is on a sliding scale. So that your subs can earn more points. And generally, you would want subs to earn more. They're the ones that are putting their hard-earned money into your channel. So you'd want them to get something out of your channel as well, besides you playing the game or doing whatever you are doing on your stream. Follower bonus is for what they get for dropping a follow. So a follow will receive 100 points upon following. Subscriber bonus. If somebody subscribes, give them a bonus. So a subscriber receives 1,500 points upon subscribing. Cheer bonus, set that to 100. So all non-anonymous tippers will receive 100 points for every £1 tip or $1 tipped or whatever currency you are using. Host bonus. Now this is the same as a raid bonus. It used to be called a host on Twitch when you hosted a channel when you weren't live. Now they got rid of hosting and it's just a raid. It's the same deal. All hosts will receive 150 points upon hosting. Now, who do you want it to ignore? You want it to ignore StreamElements, any other bot you've got going on. So whether it be Nightbot, MooBot, WiseBot, Reward TTS, that's another code for WiseBot. You could potentially get it to ignore you. So in your channel, you could respond to somebody. If you don't want to earn channel points, then put your own username in there as well so that you don't earn the points. And then you've got the stream store and other. So we've got chat stats. Sorry about that. Let me just come out of that because that is too blinding. We've got media requests. So this is where it requests songs. So this is your song request list. And then you've got your profile page. Make sure you fill out your profile page as well. Your page title, all your links. Just make sure everything's filled out as it should be on the profile page. So we're going to come back to giveaways in a second. First of all, now we are going to go up and have a look at overlays. So these are in streaming tools. We can have a look at elements. All elements is search the elements gallery. So we have got tabletop theme package, pixel art theme package, subathon countdowns. We've got pixel neon follow go. Everything in here is free. StreamElements is free and everything within here is free. So you got themes. These are all overlays that you can use in your stream. We've got labels, camera boxes, widgets, alerts, scenes. You can use any of these and you can mix and match any of these as well. These are here to be mixed and matched. So that's all your elements. Oh, it's asking me to log in again now. So where were we? We were here. So the next one down is overlays. We're going to come back to why I've built these in a second. These are for, here's what I prepared earlier. So if you want to bring it, if you've bought an overlay package from any number of providers, you could have bought them from Own3D, you could have bought them from Nerd or Die, who else? We've got Etset. You could have bought them from anywhere and you want to import your own overlay. You would come to the overlay section, click on new overlay. And because of the way we built OBS up last week, we did our screen size at 1920 1080. So we want to make sure we're at 1080p. You can change this. You got 1440. There's the 900 I was talking about last week. And then you got 720, and then you can do a custom. We want to do 1920 by 1080, and then start. We rename it, so we don't want to leave it as an unnamed overlay. We want to give it a name, so let's choose starting. And we'll just do the starting screen this way. What we want to keep on doing, and make sure we do it as well, is constantly save the page. We need to save the page. And sorry for the brightness of the white. And sorry for my chair being cut out. That's because of the white background. There's nothing I can do about that. As we're building up now, we can add widget from here, which brings up all these widgets, or we just click the plus button at the bottom. So we've got alerts, so we've got alert boxes, merchandise alert box, hype cup, capagen, store redemptions, hype boss. Engagements are your countdowns, contests, giveaways, media requests, merchandise goals, and where we're down here, subscriber credit roll. Labels are for your subscribers, and we've got a breakdown of literally every figure that you generate within your stream. Everything's here. We've got charity streams, so we've got seasonal streams. So you may want a different overlay for a different season. You may want a different one for different charity events that you're running. And then you've got stream tools, which is just your stream chat overlay. What we want is, because you've already bought your overlay pack, we want to go into custom. So the same as OBS, text is text, image is a static image, a static overlay. Video is anything that is animated, including GIFs. Anything that is animated has to go through video. Asset rotator slideshow. We have one of them built into OBS. It is what it is. It is what it says it is. It is a slideshow, so it will constantly rotate around a series of images or videos. You've got your stream element merch product rotator. So if you've set up in merch, as I shown you earlier, you can have that rotating round as well in a small screen. And then you can build custom widgets as long as you know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. What we wanted to do is bring in the overlay, so it's a video. So bringing in the video, we then are presented here with video 1. Settings is where we need to be. So this is what the overlay is going to be. So you click on change overlay, and we bring in the overlay that we want. These are all overlays that I've used in the past. I thought I deleted all these. Obviously not. Everything comes through here, all files. So this is everything that's static, that's just an image. Well, it is using a GIF as well. All your sounds that you've brought in, and any videos that you've brought in. We have upload, so we're going to upload on this one and select the file. And we are going to go into this folder, and we are going into scenes. And I said we wanted the starting screen, so we're bringing in this WebM. Starting WebM, so that's where it is. It's a 10-second video. And what we need to do is just click on submit, and it brings it in. Loop, make sure loop's ticked. And then we want to go on position and size. So this is a 1920 by 1080. So we need to just correct that in there. And there we've got the full screen, and the video is brought in. Make sure you save that. So bringing this now into OBS. What we want to do to bring it into OBS is click this link button here. So we have link. So we click that, and it copies the link, which is this URL it's bringing in. And my OBS is open on a different screen again. So for here, now, all we do is we go to the starting screen, add, and we're adding a browser source. And we can call this StreamElements starting. Make sure we change this to 1920 by 1080. Everything else can be left as standard. Oh, in fact, no, down here, we want to shut down source when not visible. We want to make sure that it's shut down. Otherwise, we're using valuable PC resources to keep this browser open. So we shut it down. When we're not on the starting screen, we want it to close. Refresh the browser when the scene becomes active. We do want to refresh the browser. Sometimes when you do your starting screen, you'll have a timer on there. And a timer will only reset if it's refresh when you click on that page. So these are the only two you need to check off. So it's shut down when not visible to save PC resources, and refresh browser when scene becomes active. So this just restarts it from the beginning. And don't forget to put the link in. So we'll paste the link in there, click on OK, and it's come in. So that is it straight from StreamElements. That's just bringing in one aspect of it and bringing in one scene. But there's a lot more that you can do with StreamElements and bringing different information into your stream. We've got that saved. What we are going to do now is we're going to have a look at the overlay gallery. So within the overlay gallery, you have got an abundance of choices here. And again, you can mix and match these to suit your preference. If you want to check any of these, all you do is click anywhere apart from where it says create within its area, and it will show you what's included in that pack. So here we've got the gaming screen, we have the chatting, starting, be right back, and ended. These are all included in this pack, free of charge. Make sure you do check on them, because not all of them have every scene in that you need. I'm just trying to quickly find one that doesn't, but there are a few that don't have everything you need. But mix and match by all means. We're going to use this purple wave animated super theme. This is for anything. Some of these are for certain games as well. You can, in the search, you can search for a specific game, and maybe they've already got something in here for you for that game. But for now, we're using purple wave animated super theme. So I'm going to click on create. Check what's in there. So we've just had to check what's in there. And then create overlay. So these are the links to each of the pages, but we're not going to use these just yet. These still need to be modified to our stream and be personalized to us. So what we want to do is go to overlays. But these are the ones it's just brought in, so it brings everything in with it, and they still need to be personalized. So what we do is have a look at them and see what's included in each of these packs. So we'll have a look at the gaming one first. So we just click on edit to edit it, and that brings everything in that is included within that section. So this is your gaming screen. So we can test the alerts from here. So we can test the follows. We test the subscriber so that we know what they all look like. And if you've got your own pack, you will want to bring your own in as well. And they're done exactly the same as I've shown you with the overlay. You just bring them in just the same using the video or the fixed animation, and just align your text up to the image. If I move that out of the way, because that is movable, we have got all your tip data here. So you got your top tip, your recent tip, recent subscriber, recent follower, recent cheer, and sub count. And all these is information that constantly updates within your stream. So as soon as somebody new cheers, this will change with the amount that they've cheered. You might not be able to see that with it being white. Recent subscriber, so that's your last subscriber. Recent tip, your last tip. All these information, all this data here is within this section up here. This screen with a cogwheel in it. So on here, you've got labels. You've got your latest follower, recent cheers, a list of your cheers, recent subscribers, recent followers. If you set yourself up any goals, they're listed in here. You've got your follower goal progress, your subscription goal, your tip goal, and your cheer goal. You can save them and you can reset them. Session is that individual stream that you're doing, so everything you achieved on that particular stream is in your session data. Session data automatically resets 5 minutes after you end the stream. All events that occur off stream will be accumulated on your next stream. You have your totals, aggregates, and your settings. So this resets the session 15 minutes after the stream end. So it overwrites that five minutes. This is where all this information is pulled from, and this is updated constantly. So I could easily go on labels and I could reset all these labels, and all these are now blank. I don't want to do that. In fact, I can't undo that now. If I refresh this page now, once it's done, it's done. So all that data is now gone. So be very, very careful with that. So while we're on this screen, this is your gaming screen. It does need tidying up a little bit and made unique to you. So what you get in this pack, you actually get the 16 by 9 aspect ratio webcam border. So say we want to use this and we want to use it over there. We'll put this over there. We don't want the 4 by 3. So what we can do is we can delete it. If you wanted to use the 4 by 3 and not the 16:9, then delete that one. There's no need to keep information here that we don't need. So we've got the 16:9, which we're keeping. The alert box, we're going to need an alert box on here. We've got all the icons. Now, the naming convention with StreamElements is absolutely shocking. They do not name anything at all. So what we need to do is we need to tidy this up and name everything correctly. So everything here is just named icon. But what icon is it? So if we keep clicking on it, we can see down here that is a recent follower icon. So what we need to do is rename it so that we know what it is. So double click on the name. And it's recent follower. So I'll just, you can call it whatever you want. Recent follow icon, the next one. And we do have to do this with every single one. This is a sub count icon for down here. This is just my way of doing it. If you don't want to do this and you're happy with the way it's sat, then that is totally fine. But to keep it clean and tidy, we need to name everything. In my experience, it's just easy for if we want to make changes later on down the line, we can make changes faster if everything has a naming convention. So here we're at sub count. So we'll just call this one sub count icon. And we do the same with every icon that there is. So we've got recent chair, icons. We've got more and more icons. They're not all for down here because some of them are for the social media up here as well. I think these last 4, yeah, that one's for YouTube. So if I put that one up, so I'll go YouTube. And then we've got this one is Instagram. So that's Instagram. And then we have Twitter, which is now X. So I'll just call that X. And then we have Facebook. So Facebook. So we know what each one of these are. What I'm going to do is, for now, I have got these 4, and I'm going to move them up here out of the way. Because they are a different set of icons. And I don't know why. That one did double I. And then we've got the YouTube icon. Now, we also want to find where it says YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So if we scroll down, we've got the Facebook one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that one up, and I am going to put it underneath the Facebook icon. We've got Twitter, so I'll put that underneath the Twitter. This just keeps it nice and tidy. So we have got, where was it? X. YouTube, under YouTube. When it decides to scroll, come on, scroll. There you go. You can scroll. So then we've got YouTube. And the last one, Instagram. And where's it? So we've got all these. So what I like to do as well is I like to keep them in the order that they're showing as well. You don't have to do this, but I like to keep everything, as I said before, nice and tidy. So the next one is Instagram. So we have got YouTube, Instagram. I can find it. There we go. Then we've got Twitter with Twitter, Facebook with Facebook. Now, these need changing to your unique links as well for display purposes. The way you do that, you just click on the /YouTube. That is this text box here. That's that box there. Click on there and go on to settings and just take everything off after the / and you can name it whatever you want. So Fates Chronicles. Now you can see that doesn't fit. It overlaps with the next icon. So we can reposition these as well. So the way to reposition them, so you've got your YouTube icon. We need to move that over so that we can move the text over. So we're probably better off putting the text on for Facebook first, then Twitter, then Instagram, and then YouTube, and then look at the spacing that we need to create. So the way you create space and move everything around, you can just grab it and literally move it. But say you move it down by accident and then you can't get the level back up. You want a bit more precise with your movements. So you can go into, so as soon as you've highlighted it and it's blue, you can then click on settings. Remember, you've got to be highlighted on it. Down here, that's going to give you the settings and the position for the recent follower icon. So if we go there, highlighted blue, we can go into settings. We know we're in the right one. Go into the position. Now here, the width, so that's how wide it is, how tall it is. Now this is the position it's in on the surface, on the visible screen here. If we want to move this left, this is how far from the left-hand side. So if I change that number, you can see it's moved here. It's at 98 pixels from the left. Now it's 988 pixels. So we can directly move it using them figures. And you can go into the minus as well. Like it's got here, it's got a minus there. So that has just took it down a touch. So obviously it's just off center. If you wanted everything on from top as 0, then you would have to go into each of these and just put them in at 0. And then you've got perfect position for everything. That's how you move things around. And you can do the same with the text boxes as well. Everything is movable. You just go in there, you just go into the position and you just move the position as I've just shown you, which moves it around the screen. Text settings is just for changing the color. Now, if you're staying with the same color convention, just leave it as it is. But you can change it. Just click on the dot and you can choose your color. If you know the RGB code, you can put that in there as well. You've got all your font styles that you can change to for your text. Enable custom font, so you can change it down here as well if you want to use custom font, which is outside of what is in this font section. You've got your size, dynamic fonts, bold. You've got everything that you'd use on any text editor. You've got text shadow that you can put in. So that is a black shadow, 1 pixel from the top, 1 pixel from the left, 1 pixel from the right, 1 pixel from the left. And then you can scroll it as well if you want with scrolling speed. So you've got scroll positions, you've got scroll left, scroll right, scroll down, scroll up. We don't need scrolling on this one. So now we've got all this done here. What we need to do again then is we're on YouTube. So we've got this section done here, which is all these social media links. So if we highlight them all, hold shift down and highlight all of them so that they're all blue. And this here, group them together. Now we've grouped them together, we can actually change the name and call this socials. Or call it any name that you want to call it. Now we can turn them all on and off at will in a group. But I'm going to show you a clean and tidy way of doing this, because that's what I'm all about. I like everything to be kept simple, clean and tidy, and made easier for future updates and changing. So we've made some changes here. So what we need to do is we need to save. What we're going to do now is we're going to come back out, go back to our main screen. I'm just going to refresh it just to make sure I'm on the right one. And we need to make some new overlays. So what I'm going to do is make sure we're at 1920 1080 and start. And this one is going to be called socials. And then save. We're going to come out of there. We're going to make another one. And this one, 1080 again. And this one is going to be alerts. Save that. Come back out. And then we've got all what we had, all the data at the bottom. So we're going to a new overlay. Start, and I am just going to call this one can't remember what I called it last time. Let me just go back and have a look. What did I call them? I called them counters. So what we're going to do, counters. So we'll call these counters. So we're leaving these blank for now because we're going to show you how to move things from one overlay to another. So if you are mixing and matching with overlays, you use the same principle. So we're in the start screen here. And we want to move these social media icons to its own separate. And why would we want to do that? Well, social media appears on all of them. So I'm going to leave this as counters, alerts, and socials. But I'm also going to create duplicates of these. So I'm going to, in fact, no, I'm not. I've already pre-done them. It's fine. It's fine. So back in overlays, back on here, we have now created this section here for all of the socials. So if we go on duplicate, we're not duplicating them here because we can do, but we can duplicate them into another overlay, which is how we move them about. So socials, submit it. Now that has moved over exactly as it is here with all the changes that we have made over into that socials. And what we can do here now is delete. We don't want it on here now. And if I save that and we go back and we go into socials, we can see it's here on its own. I'll show you why we're doing this in a second. So if we go back on here again, we do exactly the same with this bottom section. We don't need that in this section, not as part of the package anyway, because say for instance, you wanted to do this one particular day, you wanted to do this and you wanted them at the bottom. The next day you wanted to do this, you wanted all these at the top. You would have to come in here, you'd have to find them all individually, move them all up or group them all and move them all up to the top. Doing it the way that I'm showing you now is the same as doing nested scenes within OBS. It packages them in individual packages, the same way we do nested in OBS. It is long-winded. You do have to name everything. You have to find where everything is and then remove group them and then send them over by using duplicate and sending them over to the pack that you want. So if we go back to the main screen here, we have just done the gaming one for doing the social counters here. What I'm going to do is I've shown you how to create these now for your socials, your counters, and your alerts. And yes, do the same with your alerts as well. So if we're in here, we know where the alerts are because that is tagged up as alerts 27. Your alerts are individual alert boxes that are built within each one of your overlays on your starting screen, your gaming screen, your ending, your BRB. Now, when you are editing in StreamElements, you may have noticed I have got a lot of pages open now for StreamElements. Every time you open an overlay, it opens a new tab, and that is done by default. Now, if you have sound enabled on your browser, as well as in your OBS, and I do apologize for this being white and the chair being fuzzy. There's nothing I can do. We can't go dark screen with this. It will default to opening fresh tabs, and you will hear the alert going off multiple times, because in here the alert box is alert box 27. If I go back here and go into this overlay and we have a look at the alert box, is box 40. It is a separate alert box. So if someone follows your channel and it's got the sound activated, you will hear it across each one of these open tabs, unless you are constantly closing them and doing your tab management, which you should be doing as a streamer. You should be doing tab management. Each one of these tabs steals resources that could be better used in your game and your OBS. Each one will steal resources. But if you've left them open by mistake, the last thing that you want is to hear that alert multiple times. So we grab the alert box. We do this. We don't need, I've grouped it. I didn't need to group it. Let me see if let me bring that out of that group I just created there. So we've got the alert box. We duplicate it, other overlays, and we send it to the alerts overlay that we built up specifically for alerts. What you need to do then is delete it out of here, save it, but go into each of the other overlays and delete it out of them as well. And we want to do exactly the same. In fact, let me just go back. We don't want to do that. Maybe later. So if you notice here, the alerts are laid out different. So this is your just chatting screen. You've got your chat, you've got your social media, and you've got your alerts laid out in a slightly different way. That's basically, it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye as well, but it suits this overlay style. So again, we've got to find where everything is. We've got to name everything, stick it in a group, and then create an overlay to put it in individually. So what I'm going to do now is I am just going to delete. I know I can delete. Let's have a look. Talk 4.3. So that is the screen that is 4.3 square for the overlay. So I know I can remove that. I can remove everything but the chat. So the chat comes in two pieces. As we see, we can move that. That's the chat, and the chat box is behind it. We've just got to find them in this list. And where have you gone? Where have you gone? So there's talk 16. So that's the overlay that we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that to the top. And we need to scroll down. So there's the chat. So we're going to bring the chat just above. And then we need chat overlay. So where have you gone? Instagram, icons, chat frame. There we go. We've got the chat frame. So that's the only thing I need in here. So all these, it's in shift. I have to click all these individually, and I'm going to remove them. Obviously, you would package them up into a folder and send them off to a separate overlay. And we're going to jump over to OBS and show you why I do that shortly. So after you've done all that, you would delete the packages and you're just left with this. I've just got to do it with the other few, so just bear with me a second. Well, this one needs doing as well. This one's got a timer built in it as well. So we've got timer, we've got starting soon. So we've just got to find them. So we know the alert box can go. We're just working through our way down. They can go. The countdown's there. Your streams chat, the chat frame. And then we want to find starting soon. That needs to stay. And stream, that needs to stay. So stream, starting soon. And don't forget the background. We need to bring the background up as well. But once we've brought everything up and we're happy that that's everything that we need, then everything below that, once it's been packaged once with a separate overlay, we can just delete it here. We don't need to do it with every scene. So bear with me just a second. I'll clear these out. And we'll delete them. And we're just left with what we need. Save it and jump back. So as you, with these here, you see we've got the gaming screen, which is laid out in one particular way. But your starting screen, your be right back, your ending screen, you look here, all the alerts are in slightly different places, but we can work with that. Your social media links are all in the bottom right corner, and all your other data is in, all your counters are in the top left-hand corner, and all this. So it's pretty standard where they sit. So we can delete them. In fact, we'll just use the couple that I've done at the minute. So let's just see what we've done. So we have got starting soon screen. That one's done. We can change the name as well. Don't forget, we can change the name here, or we can change it back here. If we go into properties, you'll see this is red. It won't let us save anything while that's red. But if we have a look, that's the starting soon. We can actually change that. Starting. And we can even choose the game that we're going to play as well, so that we know where it is. Now, all that's visible is League of Legends, Counter-Strike, and Dota. And this will give you an overlay for the particular game. These are not the only three. Type in what you want to type. So there's a game that I play regular, that I'm a content creator with, Warframe, and it will bring an overlay up for that game. So we've done that one. So that's how you drop a favorite on. So your favorites will appear in this section here. Now I've pre-done some of these. So socials 101, counters 102, counters 101. What these are is counters 101 are the ones from top left, bottom right. And 102 is the one from the gaming screen where they were across the bottom and across the top. If we go in here, we can change the title this way as well. So this is a chatting screen. So we can change that. And we can change it there and hit save. The only thing we can't do in here is change the game. So as we come back out, we've got the chatting. You want to change the game, you have to go into properties and do it again. We can duplicate the scene exactly as it is, copy the URL, which is the same as copying the link, and we can delete it. So I'm going to put that into favorites as well. So to delete, I'm going to delete that alerts. I am going to delete that counters. So you're just clicking on delete. These are the ones I've just done. I've already pre-done some of these. Starting, is that the one I edited? That's that starting screen. And let's have a look. Where else were we? No, everything else is good. So bringing them in, what we're left with? 101. We're left with socials that are up here in the top left. These can all be modified as well. So what we want to do with these counters, I've sorted these out. As I said before, they're all in their naming convention now. So they've all been named and they've all been sorted top to bottom. Now, you've got the size of the box that you're working with here, but the size of the text is different in each one of these for the information. What I do personally is I'm going to choose one. So the biggest one in here is that latest chair data. So we'll just go down to latest chair. So we've got the sub count, we've got recent chair. So it's the recent chair data is the one that we're looking at, and that is this box here. So if we have a look at the positioning, give me 1 second. This is what the information that it pulls out. This text was pulling the name. So these are the variables. And it's got latest chair, no data. If you don't want that word latest chair coming out, because you've already got recent chair above it, you can simply delete that section. No data just means as it is. There's no information yet. So what I'm going to do, that's on chair. So I'm going to save that. And if I go in here, what I've shown you earlier on, labels, so latest chair. So I'm going to put in here, I'm going to put my name in there and I'm going to save it. Hopefully this will work. And it hasn't done. Why has that not come up? Because we put it in for the latest user that chaired. I know why. Because I'm not live. It's going to do it for the next stream. So what we need to do is go into totals, aggregate. Where are we? We've got to figure out where we're going now. Making me work for this. So chair name, top chairer, top tip, top tipper, tip count, subscriber, follower. So if we go here, and put this at, I don't know, 5K. It's still not working. But what happens is the data is going to come up in this section here. And because it's behind the box itself that it's designed for, we need to just dig deep and just get into it. So it's recent chair data. So we've got the settings. We know it's going to pull a name. It's going to pull the amount. No data is what it's going to say when there is no information. Position and size. So this is how wide it is, how high it is, how far it is from the top and from the left. And then the text settings as we've used before. What we're concerned with is position and size. If we look at the position width, there it's 341 wide. We want to keep all these text areas the same size so that when text is scrolling, it's not scrolling from a small box or from a large box, or when it's static. I suggest you have these scrolling because users do have long names. They can have long names, they can have short names. Scrolling is always better. So what we want to do is change the size. So we're trying to work it so that it's just inside the box. So if we go, what, 60, let's try 70. So 70, so 370 wide is just inside the box. So we're going to save that. Now, all we need to do now is go to the other data set, go to position and size, and change this width to 370. And it is the same size. We save that one. We go to the next data set down. And we go into position and size. And 370 to make the size exactly the same. The other thing that we need to do with each one of these as well, turn on text scrolling. Scrolling speed, 6 is a nice speed. You can see what it's doing. if we go into settings, we can remove the latest tipper. We know where it is because the wording's just above it. So we'll have that one scrolling, and we'll have this one, and we'll go text settings, and we'll have that one scrolling as well. These will be all become visible and easy to see once we move over to OBS and put them all into OBS. So we've got a small one here, recent follower. So if we just find the recent follower with recent follower data, we go into position and 370, bring them all up to the same size. We can have this one scrolling as well. And there's another small one there for subscriber. Just keeping them all on the same set. So it just looks more professional when it's done this way. It's tighter. It looks a lot cleaner when you do it this way. And you just got, just make these little tweaks. These tweaks are worth it in the long run. Done once, never need to be changed again, unless you are literally changing your overlay set. So we're going to save that up there. So that's counters 101. I'm going to close some of these down now because I'm using a hell of a lot of resources having all these open. I'm going to bring it down to just one, and then I'll refresh. Save some of my PC's resources. Don't forget, we've got the same with the socials. So we've got socials 101. So we do have that line there. We've got all our social media. So these you can edit. And you only need to do these once. So now we are going to move over to OBS and we're going to implement them into our OBS. So let me come off this screen because that screen is just too bright. I don't like dealing with white screen. Dark all day long. Let's refresh that. So for bringing these over now to OBS, what I'm going to do is I am going to see if it lets me do split screen with this. I'm hoping it does, and it is doing. So we're using this with split screen. Some of this is going to take a little bit of work. So what we've got here, I've already pre-built some scenes here. So we've got SE alerts, starting, be right back, chatting, ended, giveaway, emote explosion. They're two other things that I'm going to show you in a second. So what I need to do here, I need to do StreamElements, counters. And I'm going to show you now, doing these, you can go to transition override, and you can override that transition. As what these now, no transition on them. And we want StreamElements, socials. And again, I'll just override that and just make that cut. So if we start off with the socials, so the socials I'm going to use are the socials 101, which are used on a lot of the screens. Hang on, is that not refreshed? Nope, that one's still there, so that needs to be deleted. So socials 101, we can go into edit and we can grab the link here. Or to save going into that white screen, socials 101, we can go here and we can copy the URL there as well. So now we're going to sources under socials, add a browser source. And we'll call this socials. I'll call it 101 because we have got a 102 as well. Socials 101. Again, we want to bring the browser source in. 1920 1080 because that's what we've set up. Again, we do want it to shut down and refresh when we change the page. We need it to constantly be refreshing so that it changes. Okay? And it's brought them over. So that's all we need on this one. So if we go to counters now, again, we need the counters. So it's counters 101. We'll copy the URL, bring it in as a browser source. (101). Bring in the browser source, sort the size out, and shut down and refresh. And there we go. We've got that one brought in. Now, if we have a look at what I've set up here. So I've set up the chatting screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the URL and we'll go to the chatting. And again, we want to add a browser source. So we're just going to go chatting. I don't think it's going to let me name this because I've already got one called chatting. There we go. Already got one called chatting. So I'll call this chattings. Same as usual. We're bringing the URL 1920 1080. Oh, that's that scrolled and gone. Be careful of that. And shut down and refresh. And now we've got that in there. So if I went over to my chatting on my scenes, I've got my webcam already in there. I have got the input. I've got the mic already in there. But what I want to bring in now is, carrying on with the nesting formula that we have, we can now bring in the StreamElements chatting. So we've got the StreamElements chatting in, but as you can see, the webcam has to be lower. We can still resize. And sorry, that's the bad camera that I'm using. It's a different camera. But we can bring that in over there. So we have now got our webcam set up in our chatting. We've got the mic already coming in because that's nested as well. But what we want to do now is we want to bring in our counters. So we've got our StreamElement. Where is it gone? StreamElement counters. So our StreamElement counters has now come in, positioned, and completely visible where we need them. Let me just make this bigger so that you can see it. Why does it keep shooting off onto the wrong screen? So that's come in there where you can see it. And then we want to bring in the socials. So scene, StreamElements, and they're in alphabetical order. So StreamElements, socials, and that's brought our socials in. And when you are setting up your ending, your chatting, your BRB, and your starting, they all have these in the same position. So you only need to bring them in once, using less resources, using less internet, using less of your bandwidth to bring anything in. Brings it in once. You see all the text scrolling. It's all visible now. There's nothing in recent follower. There is nothing in recent share. That's been set up so that there's no name showing there. And your chat will show up in this box when anybody chats as well in your channel. Let me just drop a chat in my Twitch and it should come up. Should be the operative word. And it hasn't done. Probably because I'm not live again. Probably because I'm not live. But that's where your chat would come up as well. So that is how you bring everything in individually. You have got your other ones that you bring in for your gaming screen. You just do exactly the same with them. Bring everything in and it's so clean. It's so tidy. You've got less to manipulate. So if I go back to StreamElements now, I have got less to do on this page if I want to make any tweaks. If I want to move the chat in here, I can grab that. Because I've got the chat frame, and make sure I move the chat with it. In fact, the chat and the frame are the wrong way round. That'll be why you couldn't see it. We have to make sure they're the right way round. The chat is on top of the frame. And then it's as easy as that. So we save that now and we go back to our OBS. Now you can see the chat and they are overlaid. All we need to do is go onto the counters, make sure everything's locked so that we don't want to move on our counters, and we can physically move it. Within that screen, it doesn't matter that it overshoots. The only area that we're concerned with is this small area here. So we can now move that to directly below. And it's still clean and tidy. It is less to do. If you did it the other way, where everything stayed in there when you was with StreamElements and you had all of the counters in there as well, you'd physically have to move everything, line everything up. This way you can do it in OBS and you can move it on the fly as well. Same with everything here. Everything in any of these overlays, you can see they're all in the same position. So it's easy to do. And just because you've moved it in OBS, you've moved this down to the bottom here. So that is you've got your socials, you've got your counters. Let's lock them counters in at the bottom section here. Now, if you're thinking that it's moved it over here, you would be wrong. It's still in the top. It's still in the top area. We have only moved it within this. Let's get back to the right one. Within here. We've only moved it within here. We can move it as much as we want within this area because we brought it in as nested. If we brought the same thing in as BRB, we could put it in its own position as well. Okay, let's move on. We've done overlays, how to keep it clean and tidy. Let's have a look at doing giveaways on StreamElements. So giveaways on StreamElements, they come under loyalty. Now, giveaways are what they can use the channel points for. So to do a giveaway, you need to give a giveaway a title. So I'm going to show you one I built up. So you can use previous ones that you've built up, and all you do, excuse me, you can lock them, you can bin them, you can edit them, and you can copy them. And all that does is it brings it over. Now, for a giveaway, you have to have a title. There is an asterisk. You have to have a title. You don't have to have a description, but it is advisable. You have to have an image. Without an image, it will not work either. So you have to have an image. Give everyone their first ticket for free. Now, this is something I would suggest you do. Give everyone one ticket for free that you want them to get into your giveaway. Especially if you're doing a sponsored stream and you're doing it on behalf of a company. They like everybody to be able to buy a ticket or get a ticket for their giveaways. Give them the first one for free. If they want subsequent tickets, you can charge whatever you want. 20 points, 200 points, 2,000 points. Anything that you want to charge for the tickets. It depends on what rate you've set your viewers earn their channel points. If you set them high, you want this high. You don't want to make this so that someone that comes into your channel, watches for 10 minutes, gets 2,000 points, and they can get a ticket for 200 and they can walk away with like 100 tickets. Keep it balanced. Keep it nice and balanced with what you can earn and what you charge per ticket. So 200 points is a good start. Now, how many extra tickets can they buy? They can buy one extra ticket. So they get the free one plus one that they buy. You can make it 10. They can buy an extra 10 tickets. So they have 11 in total. Another thing you want to look at when you're doing giveaways, 1 second. Do you want your subscribers to benefit as well? They're putting money into your channel. Do you want to give them any extra luck? So using the sliding scale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 times more luck for getting picked on the giveaway. It's up to you how you deal with that. If you've only got 1 or 2 mods, don't forget, mods can buy more tickets anyway because they earn more dependent on the scale that you've set on the loyalty settings for how much a sub can earn. They receive 30 every 10 minutes if you've set it to 10 for a normal viewer. So you've got to keep everything balanced so they can buy more tickets. If you limit it, then yeah. If you don't limit that and you leave that blank, you want to make sure personally that that's at 0 because they can buy more tickets. They can buy 10 times more. So you've got that at 10. They can buy 10 times more tickets. Do you want them to have 10 times more luck as well? Giving them 100 chances at winning the giveaway with 10 tickets. You've got to work it all out in proportion, yeah? A little bit of math involved, but it's easy math. Just watch where you put the slider for your subscribers. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, early on, when you're streaming, your subs need more luck. They're putting their hard-earned money into your channel. Give them more luck in getting something out of it. So again, let me bring that back into it again. So the next one, send a confirmation when buying tickets via chat. So when a viewer buys a ticket, it will say, thank you for buying a ticket. You are now entered into the giveaway. And you could make it subscriber only. So this is where I suggest, if you're in subscriber only giveaway, that you have this at 0. Because why would you give a subscriber 2 to 10 times more chance of winning if only subscribers can enter? So it's all about balance. So this is not the end of it when you've done a giveaway. Because what you've got to do then is, you've got your giveaway going, people enter your giveaway. When the timer runs out for the length of time you've set for your giveaway, give me a second. I'm going to have to enter the giveaway. So they enter with exclamation enter or exclamation ticket. So I've just had a message come up on my screen now saying you have successfully bought 1 ticket. So 1 ticket, 1 purchase. If a viewer wants to buy the extra 10 tickets, they can do that. So all they do is type exclamation enter 10. And that buys the extra 10 tickets. 1 second. It's saying I can't buy extra tickets. Did I not set that right? Let me close that giveaway and start it up again. Yeah, that's set to 1 ticket. So I couldn't buy any more tickets. So we'll create that giveaway. So that one started. Let me go again. So now I've entered once, but I've got 10 tickets. And you can see who's entered. The names will come up down here for who have entered. If the subs are moderators, they get a star at the side of the name as well. So that tells you how many tickets have sold. So there's 10 tickets sold, 1 person has entered. When you want to draw the giveaway, close the giveaway. Stops everybody from entering. It puts out a chat message in your channel that says you can no longer enter this giveaway. It stopped at the time entrance. Once you have done that, if you've said at the beginning of your giveaway that you have to have a minimum of 5 people enter your giveaway and only 1's entered, you can refund the points that people have used to buy them tickets and close the giveaway at that point. If you want to carry on and you want to draw a winner, you just click on draw a winner. I've won. I'm the only person that entered. Once you've done that, it'll come up in chat that I have won. I had a 100% chance of winning because I was the only person in there. If 2 was in, if 50%, 3 was in, 33%. And again, you have to mark it as complete. So it gives you the extra option, gives you the extra chance. Mark it as complete, and then it's done. Then we can go back to the giveaways. Now, I'm going to show you the page that the viewers see. So I've just set it up again, exactly the same as it was before. But the public page, if I just enter giveaway again. Now, the public page is what the viewers see when they're entering the giveaway. If they do it straight from StreamElements, they can do it straight from your chat by just doing !enter. But if they type in !giveaway, it will give them the link to the giveaway page, and it'll tell them what the giveaway is, how much it costs for a ticket, how many tickets they can get, how they earn the points that contribute towards them buying this ticket. It tells them what the prize is. It tells them everything they need to know and everything they need to do. Even so, here, rewards 10 points for every 10 minutes. Subscribers have 3 times more points. You have 96,520 points. You are currently ranked 86. So I'm only ranked 86 in my own channel. All followers receive 100 upon following. All non-anonymous tippers receive 100 for every £1 tip. All cheers, 100 points for every 100 bits. All subscribers, 1,500 points on subscribing, and all hosts or raids, 100 upon hosting. So it tells them how they can earn the points, what's going on, and they can also subscribe to your channel straight from here, straight from StreamElements. So the next stage is, how do you display your giveaway so that people know what you're giving away in your channel, and in fact that you've got a giveaway going? So we're going to move out of here, and we need to go back to overlays, and we need to create a new overlay. 1080 again. So we're going to start there. Sorry again for the white screen. Nothing I can do about that. So what we want to do now is label. No, it's not. It's engagement. And we've got giveaway here. So this is the giveaway. And because we've got a giveaway running, it's brought in the title of the giveaway. It's brought in the image of the giveaway in progress, how many entrants are in the giveaway, tickets purchased. So there's 10 tickets purchased, and how long the giveaway has been running. You put this wherever you want it on the screen. You know this is a 1920 1080 screen. So we put that wherever we want it. Let's put it over this side. Let's have something over this side. So we're happy with that where it is. We click on save. We haven't named it yet, so let's call it giveaway. We've called it giveaway. Make sure we save it again, just to make sure that it's saved. And we want the link. So all we do now is we click on the link and we go back to our OBS. And we got a giveaway one here. Again, we're just bringing in a browser source. Giveaway. We paste the link. 1920 1080. Right. So we've got a thing here now. Shut down when not visible. Refresh when scene becomes active. With a giveaway, don't do this. Because if you go to a screen, when you're changing here, if you change between starting, gaming, BRB, chatting, and ending, and you've got a live giveaway going, it could potentially refresh it and mess up anybody that's just entered it. I have encountered this in the past. So don't shut it down and don't refresh it. We can do it manually when we're doing giveaways. So what we do, we bring it all in as it is. So the giveaway is here, but we can go to our live chatting if we were on this screen and we wanted to show where our giveaway. So I'm going to put the giveaway here. Or no, I'm going to put it here actually. So scene, StreamElements giveaway. And we can do like we did before. We can put it underneath there. And you can do this with any screen. Put it where it, in fact, if you wanted to keep it a little tidier, you can press your Alt key and you can crop it. Crop it just to outside where it is. Makes it easier to manage and move around. And then lock it in where it is. And your giveaway is now on your screen. So if I'm just going to split the screen again, it's going to let me split the screen. And we want up here. So if I went back here and went to loyalty and went to giveaways, if I close the giveaway, you'll see here it will change. That says it's waiting for a winner to be drawn. And then when we draw the winner, it publishes the winner's name in the box as well. So you can see it all on the screen. Is there anything anyone else needs to know about StreamElements? Alerts is the other one. Now, that is something that I've actually missed out on. So alerts, let's bring alerts in. So again, we're bringing in a browser source for the alerts. So I have got alerts 101. So I'm just going to copy the URL. I'm going to use, that's not, let's try that again. Again, we bring it in as normal, 1920 1080. We don't need to do any refreshing on this because essentially what we are going to be doing is we are going to be bringing in the alerts on every page. So again, we'll just go add, scene, StreamElement, alerts, bring it in, lock it down. Gaming, we're going to do exactly the same. So we'd go on scene. We've only got it once. We're just duplicating what we've already got and it will only go off. Hang on, my controller just went a bit wonky then. My mouse. So we want StreamElements alerts. And again, we just want it on here as well. This is the last one I'll do it on. So we want StreamElements alerts. Now, what we can do here is we want to go into any of these. It doesn't matter. We can go into the giveaway. We can go into the counter. It doesn't make any difference which screen we go into because we can test the alerts wherever we are. So that's the alerts going off. So that's your subscriber alert. You got the follower alert. Now, if you don't want these alerts and you want your own, I'm going to go through that next. So the alerts are going to go off and they'll only go off once. See, it transpired straight over. That's why we don't want it refreshing because you can change scenes while an alert's going off and it stays up on the screen. Okay, so that's how we bring everything into OBS. And we're just using them links. So alerts, let's actually go to the alerts screen. Let me close these again, save them resources. So on the alerts screen, if we want to bring anything in of our own, if we've bought a package online anywhere. So we set it off. We know what's coming. Open alert box. And this, if you click on alert box, it opens the settings and you have the position. All we're concerned about at the minute is if we bring our own information, if we buy our own information, we need to put it in here. So you've got follow alert, subscribe, tip, cheer, and raid. You can uncheck these if you don't want this particular alert going off. If you do, leave it ticked. Now, changing them. You click on the cogwheel, and you can see here what the alert is. So if you want to set an image or you want to change the video. So this is the video, but we're going to change the video. And again, we do the same. We upload, select the file, we can drag and drop. Let me just go back here and we're going into alerts. So on the alerts, we have follower. We'll bring in the follower alert. I'll bring in about 3. We've got the follower alert. We have got a share alert. And we have a subscriber alert. So that's 3 of them we brought in. We're currently on follower, so make sure that we are on the follower. So we want to submit that in. So first thing we want to do, click on the follower and see where the text comes in with the image. So you see the positioning is completely out. We need to alter the position so we can have image over text, which makes it small and disgusting. We've got it at the side of, but we want it over the top. So what we have to do is we have to look at manipulating this now. So we have to look at the positioning of everything. So we've got the alert duration, the naming convention, we've got variation settings, text settings, and animation settings. So if we want to change the position, where are you? We don't want custom CSS. We've got variation settings. We don't want to look at that one, not on this particular one. And text settings, advanced. We need to set that. This is the only issue is we've got to keep setting it off to know where everything is. So the text seems about right. The image is what I have the issue with. So this is just for changing the text. Get out of my way. So there's something amiss with the video. Let's have a look at one of the other ones, because that is a little bit weird that it's doing that. So change the video. We're on subscriber. We'll submit the subscriber one. We'll test that. I don't know why that's coming out not centered. I've just changed that. I've just changed you. Come on. I've just changed you. Subscriber. So that positioning is well out. I know why it's out on this, because a subscriber will have a variation. So if you see down here, you've got one, you've got gift, you've got community, and you've got custom. So we have variations on this one. So we've got resubs, gift subs, and you can add new ones. These are all done exactly the same way. So you just set them up individually. This person has resubscribed, and all your other settings are all here. And then you save your variation. You do a gift sub, and we set that up again exactly the same way. I'm just trying to work out why that image is not showing in the center of the screen like it should be. Maybe we've done something wrong. Let's have a look. Alert duration, minimum, maximum length for username is something you want to set as well, because people do have long usernames. So I would set this something in the region of about 15. That way you don't have the text overshooting the size of whatever your alert is. And you can also have TTS turned on as well. We've got TTS. The voice on this, personally, I would choose John, English John, if you speak English. He's probably the more natural sounding one. And there's more on here than there normally is. We've got English, Canadian, Spanish, Welsh, US, Indian English, British English. John. So if you have this on here, we are currently in, which one are we in? We're in follower. So if we're in follower, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's actually shouting out the person's name as well. I'm trying to figure out where that is, why that video was doing that. Animation settings. Animation settings, that's just the animation. Delays, text delays. Text delay is something else you want to set up as well, just to keep it timed correctly with the alert. So as you see here, the name comes up just after the video. There's something amiss with the video, why that video is not central. Just bear with me a second. And we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get to that, because I've never come across that before where I've had that issue. So we've got wobbly text, we've got margins, left, right. That's just the text. That's just everything to do with text. And animation. It's strange that, because I've not seen it do that before. I wonder if we can manually change it. Yeah, we can. We can manually change it. So what we want to do is take this just below where the alert goes off, and I'm going to bring this down to where just above the alert. So the alert's just set in a different position. So as we set it off, and it's being a pain because it is literally pushing down. So we need that about there. So what we need to look at is this text position. So if we go into advanced, it's 100 from the top. Let's make it 1,000 and see where it lies. So we can see now it's nowhere near. So we'll go 200. We can see it coming down nicely. So 300. That's a little bit too low. So we can set that to 250. Problem is, we're still going to have an issue. You see that where the naming goes off just before. So we can sort all them timings out. See, it's balanced there. But then once we start moving, so it's right for the box. Let's have a look. Let's get this box sorted. So follower. Come on, grab. So we've got to keep that to around that area, and we can work the text out by moving it around. We go into settings, we pick what we want to change, we go into the text settings, and we can move the text and make it fit in to where we need it. And then when we're done, we go into animation, and we can delay the text appearance and the text disappearance offset. So if we bring the offset up as well, so make that 2 seconds, and we set the follower up. Let's see how it lies now. So the name comes in just after the alert. Name slides out. We don't want it to slide, so I'm just going to get rid of that lightning speed because we don't need that one on this one. What we need is we just need it to fade in and to fade out. And where are we? Fade out. Let's have a look at that one. So it fades in just after the alerts there. The name fades out. So we need that name to stay up a little bit longer, or the animation to be a little bit shorter. So we can go here. The duration of the alert. Let's take that down to 5 seconds. So we've got the naming, the alert, the name, and it's still going off way too early. We need to balance that out. So animation, I'm going to take it all the way up and try it again. It's all about fine tuning and making it perfect for you. So that offset was going the wrong way. Offset 0, 1.1. We'll try it now. So alert's fully in, name comes up, name goes away, alert goes away. And you have to do that with each one. And the reason why we build, like I have done with this alerts 101, when I've built the alerts separate, you have to go into each one of them alerts, follower, sub, cheer, bits, whatever, and get the timings perfect for your stream. Now, if you had it in the alerts in your starting screen, your gaming screen, your chatting, your BRB, and your ending, you would have to configure it in all of them. This way, you only have to configure it once, like you do with nested in OBS. Configure it once and it corrects in all, which is miles better than having to sort it out and correct it. You saw how fiddly that was then, just to get the timings right. You've got it in one. You've got to memorize all your sizes, all your dimensions, all your positions, and then put it into your starting, gaming, BRB, chatting, and ending screens just to get them all unified. This way, you only have to do it once. So be mindful of when you're using StreamElements overlays. They are not the best ones to work with because you still have to sort everything out. But these socials are ideal. You can get them in your own packs as well. But then counters, where it's got the latest cheer, the latest sub, you are going to need to use them when you are just starting. So you need to sort them out, and you can use them from any of these packs. I know I've got a little bit, it's a while since I've used StreamElements. I've been going over it for the last couple of days to refresh me, and I didn't preempt some of the issues that I was going to face today. Just imagine as a new streamer, you hitting them without watching this. You've seen me, who's been streaming for 3.5, coming up to 4 years, stumbling a little bit with some of the issues and some of the maintenance that you have to do with regards streaming. And all this is done before you even go live, because you need to have these set up before you go live. So you've seen someone like me stumble with these. Imagine how somebody, if you have never streamed before and this is your first view of StreamElements, what you would make of it. If you follow the tips that I've shown you today, using the nesting conventions and the ways that I've broken down using StreamElements scenes and made them individual overlays, makes everything cleaner and tidier and easier to manage later on down the line. It may be that you want to change your counters to something different, then you can just overwrite them or create a new overlay with the ones that you want and then just change the URL in your OBS. You can do the same with your socials, with any of your overlays, with absolutely anything. And all you need to do is change the URL. This is the easiest way to manage StreamElements and OBS. And I hope I've helped you a little bit. And I hope I've given you a good giggle, knowing that even I stumbled a little bit. And I used to use StreamElements a lot. I've not used StreamElements quite a while. I use better bots for my streams, and we will be going over them in future streams, in future videos. We will show you them. I'm just starting you off with the basics so you get to understand how bots work. If you want to implement giveaways, if you want to use StreamElements overlays, you want a different point system that you can manage yourself outside of Twitch. So you have 2 points systems going. On Twitch, you would have its own channel points to do your redeems on there, but you have separate redeems to do via StreamElements. I hope this has helped today, because it certainly opened my eyes to how much StreamElements has changed and the difficulties new streamers face. Because, as I said, I stumbled, and I used to use this every day, and even I stumbled. So I hope I've helped you out today. Please follow the channel if you want to see any more upcoming videos. Similar, I am going to be doing, I've got a couple of plans for doing more, because I'm going to look at StreamerBot. I am going to look at Nightbot. They're not as complicated as this. They really are not. But this is where a lot of starters to streaming come to and use StreamElements. I will catch you next Thursday when we do another video, do another live stream. I hope you can join me. But don't forget, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to follow me over on any of my socials as well. It's the same name as here. I am on Kick. I am on here on YouTube. I am on Twitch. Do drop by and say hello. You can always go to my link tree as well. The same name for my link tree. Just follow my links on there as well. On Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, all the rest of them. I'll see you next week, guys. Have fun. Have a good weekend. Catch you soon. Take care, mate. Cheers, Bandy. Cheers, Tibber.